Hello, this is Carson with DataFlight, and I am showing you the new flight times tool. This is an allocation building tool that takes all flight time entered into the system and incorporates all the passengers that were processed through the system, and then breaks that time down relative to every individual passenger to then give you a report. To navigate to flight times, from the main central page, simply select Flight Times here on the left, and it will load up the main page. From here, select your date range. We're going to do a short one for just one day, and it will load all flights that have taken place in that time frame. Now from here, a user needs to select the individual flights and enter in information about them, primarily the flight times themselves. To do this, we select the individual flight itself. Notice that we say no time entered here on the end, and we pump in some information. So let's say 15 minutes out, 10 minutes in. It was a scheduled flight. This means that it took place on a day that flights were scheduled to happen, not a special. Then we go to the Passengers tab here, and we input charge codes for the passengers. Now, if you were using the scheduling tool, this information could already be populated by the person building the schedules. This information will all be a product of that process, and charge codes can already be populated. If the charge codes are wrong, or if the charge codes haven't been populated, you can do so here. And we can do that by typing the default charge code value, which will apply this charge code to all passengers, or we can go to individual passengers and give them specific codes. We can also do the same for cargo. And we're just going to apply that to test as well. From here, we select Save, and the flight time has been updated. You'll notice that the flight time has turned green. This is an indicator saying that all of the legs of this flight have had time entered into them. Now, this could be one of three colors: green, yellow, or red. Green means that all flight legs have time in them. Red means that no flight legs have time in them, usually mean the flight hasn't been interacted with yet. And yellow means that not all of the legs have time. Now from here, we can select Download Printout, and it will give us a breakout of all of the individual times relative to charge codes, or an allocation sheet. Now, as this schedule only has time on the 5th, we'll see the individual time that we have for that day. Now notice, the entire flight time was 25 minutes, and we had that typed in, but the individual codes are Test and Carson's code. Now, there are two of them for the Thalassa, because these passengers were both going to the Thalassa, but they have different codes. So it breaks it out relative to location and then allocation code. And we can see that the Thalassa has 20 minutes of time attributed to it, and that the Carson code under the Thalassa only has 5 minutes of time attributed to it. Our one passenger on this flight had one code to himself, thus giving him 5 minutes, while the rest of the flight, which was 25 minutes long, got to the 20. Now we break this out a little bit further over here into total minutes. This will be a summation for the entire day, and we break that into hours as well as flight count. Now if you scroll down to the bottom, it will give you total minutes per column. So the charge code test for Thalassa for the whole month is 20 minutes, because we've only done one day, and that gets broken out to hours. The same thing for the charge code Carson's code under Thalassa, which only had 5 minutes, which is 0.08 hours. And then we do a summation down here at the bottom to give you your total minutes, hours, and flights for the month. This has been an overview of the allocation tool. If you have any questions, please contact DataFlight at 337-990-2682. This tool is really meant to complement the scheduling interface, and if you have not been exposed to that, please give us a call again, and we will be more than happy to show that to you at 337-990-2682. Have a good day.